Hey, it's Chad Diller with Landscape Leadership. I'm excited because I'm actually in a podcast studio today with one of our podcast production clients. The show is called The Deal Factory. It's all about mergers and acquisitions within the green industry. I'm here with Jeff and Lacey from 3PG Advisors that sponsor the show. And I thought, what better to talk about podcasting, to have our little mini 5-minute podcast episode to find out what it's been like to produce the show and what it's been like to work with us. So, Jeff, let's kick it off. So why did you decide to get into podcasting? What had been the experience like up till then, and why did you decide to launch this?
Yeah, Chad, good to see you, by the way. Thank you. It started with two things. Number one, I felt like we had a lot to say, and we wanted to be really intentional and strategic on building our brand awareness and getting some messaging out that would be kind of material to helping us grow and scale. It also, I have a good friend who said to me one time, he's right down the street. He said, "Hey, come check out my podcast studio." He just built a podcast studio. And so I went down to see Dan's podcast studio, and I was like, holy crap, like this is really cool. I think I want to do that. And then you get into building your own podcast studio. You know, there's some nice benefits to having a studio like this. But it, all kidding aside, felt like we had some things to say, needed to really increase our content and awareness out there. And then it just looked fun, right, to be able to do that. So that's the thesis.
So you had this beautiful studio built, and you're kind of like, all right, now what do we do with this? Amazing equipment here. You decided to work with our team. Tell us a little bit about why you decided to make that move to have a partner to kind of help you out to pull this thing through.
Yeah, I think it's a couple things. Number one is you and I have met previously, and we were both pretty passionate about the industry that we work in. And as I talked to our team, I really wanted somebody that knew our prospects and our customers. I didn't want to have to teach them everything about our business. And the time the little time that we spent together at some different events, I kind of made that mental note of, I feel like Chad and his team really know our prospects, our customers. So that was number one. Number two is the complexities that come into play when it comes to technology and figuring out how to produce things. I sat in this studio. I don't think I told you this, Lacey. I sat in this studio one evening at like 9 o'clock at night, and I could barely turn everything on, right? And so I'm like, wait a minute, how in the world are we going to produce a credible podcast? What platforms should we distribute on? It's a heavy lift. And what's been great is you guys have that expertise. There was some trust and rapport. We were passionate about some of the same things within the industry that we work in. And so, that was really kind of the origin of why Landscape Leadership.
Yeah, so you're the face of the show. Everybody gets to see you. And Lacey, you've been kind of thrown into this thing. You don't have any formal experience with producing podcasts, right? So what was it like to go from really not knowing how to use this equipment, how to get the show to come together, how to coordinate guests, working with our team? What's that been like for you? Like, explain the journey where you started and where you're at now.
It's been life-saving for me. Job-saving, I might say.
Job-saving.
Yeah, when Jeff told me he wanted me to do the podcast, I was like, okay. I looked at all this equipment, and very intimidating. But he said he had hired you guys. We had Scott come in, and literally one day, he had everything set up and ready. He sent me to Home Depot, I think, a few times on a few runs. I was his little helper bee, and he got it set up. He wrote us some SOPs to follow. I still have a folder printed with those printouts. I bring it in here with me every single time, flow through it. I mean, it's made it so easy and so simple. And anytime we have any kind of issue or problem, Scott's always, I just text him like, Scott, help, and he always does. I mean, every single time. So it's been incredible.
Well, you make it look like you know what you're doing, because when I came in here and sat down here, I mean, you were pushing 5, 6, 7 buttons. You were like, let's go. So good job.
Yeah. Shout out to Lacey. She's done a great job. And to your point, I mean, Chad, you're looking at two complete rookies. Mm-hmm. Like, we didn't know anything other than I want to talk with a mic in front of my mouth, right? And so it's been transformational in our business, and we appreciate the level of detail from you and your team.
Yeah, and I'm really grateful. We have team members that have a long time experience with B2B podcasting. So it's not like, hey, turn it on, we'll make it look and sound pretty.
Yeah.
There's a lot of intentionality and thought that goes into how do you plan the strategy, how do you source the right guests, how do you put these episodes together and then promote them and get them out there. So that's great.
Yeah.
Jeff, I know that when we were together at an event recently, you told me a story, and without naming names, you told me a story that, I mean, you guys have been podcasting now for, I think it's 7-8 months, that you had a great lead that came in just from your thought leadership here. What was that like for you to see that email come in?
Yeah, it's a boost to the ego. Like, wow, we're big time. It's been great. And Lacey and I were just talking about this. Not only are we getting feedback, hey, love the show, can't wait for the next episode. We are generating leads. We're also, you've arrived, and you and I haven't talked about this. We're getting all types of solicitation from media companies that say, hey, this guy or this gal should come on your podcast as a guest. And it's amazing how, as our awareness has grown, the show, our number of followers, all the great things that we're doing together under your guys' guidance with social media, we're getting lead opportunities. We're getting a lot of solicitation, so you kind of feel like people know that we're out there. If other professionals are soliciting you to, hey, bring this guest on the show, and remember, I mean, we started from literally, we got this great studio. We don't even know how to turn this stuff on, So it's been really fun.
Yeah. Well, I think you guys are the real deal. You're in this space. People that know you know that you're in the experts in this field. And I've just been thankful that we've been able to give you a vehicle to tell that story on a regular basis so that people actually can see how great you are. So that's awesome. In one sentence, how would you describe what it's like to been working with our team?
Relief.
Relief. So not even one sentence. You got it down to one word.
One word. Relief.
Yeah. Relief.
Yeah.
Turnkey.
Turnkey. That's awesome.
Turnkey. And I'll elaborate on that. We're not just shooting a podcast. The production, intermingling with brand strategy, with messaging, with social media, we have a plan.
Yeah.
We have a process. And I really feel like it's turnkey. And what that does is it allows us to be, at least for me, Lacey, it allows me to be a little bit more creative. What guests, what do I want to ask? What do I want to talk about? And I'm not mired in technicalities that just create frustration. We're all super busy. And to be able to come in here and spend 30 minutes to an hour and having something real tangible, it's been turnkey for us, and that has allowed us to really grow and get some of the results that we're looking for.
It's great. I'm so thankful and grateful that you guys have been working with us, but most importantly, that you're seeing benefit and value for what this is doing for your business. So thanks so much. We wish you, the Deal Factory, 3PG Advisors, just nothing but success. Thanks so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, Chad.
Thank you.